Welcome everyone, I am the Depressed Dealer and this is Touhou Puppet Play Advanced. So, let's get this started. As soon as I figure out what button I'm pressing. There we go. Yes, I've played this game before. And apparently it wants me to use the analog stick instead of the D-pad. That's kind of annoying. Anyway, so yeah, this is an altered version of, I think, Fire Red? I don't remember. So it's essentially Pokemon with Touhou characters. But this version, I mean, a lot of the there's a lot of versions of this game, also known as Touhoumon. But most of them usually just replace the standard Pokemon with Touhou characters and then just kind of leave most of the stuff the same. The only exception to this was Touhoumon Another World, which actually added Gensokyo areas and essentially an entirely separate plot line to it. This version is pretty much the same plot line, but they've rebalanced everything. There's going to be a lot of changes, which I'll kind of explain as we go along. Also the other thing about this playthrough is it's going to be a Nuzlocke run. For those who are not familiar with Nuzlocke, it essentially has two rules to it, two main rules, and then the rest is kind of custom. First rule, well, actually, there's a few rules, but one of the main rules is you can only catch one. You only have one chance to catch a Pokemon, or in this case, a Touhoumon, in every area. So, for example, if you go to Route 1 and you run into, well, for the sake of this, we'll just use Pokemon references. If you go to Route 1 and run into a Rattata as your first encounter, you have to catch it. If you don't catch it, that's it. You can't get a Pokemon on that route. So you only get one chance to catch something. I will be go ahead and doing the duplicates clause, which is if it's a Pokemon or in this case a Touhoumon that you already have, or I already have rather, I can choose not to catch it and catch the next Touhoumon the Touhou thing that pops up. The other rule is you have to name your Pokemon, or in this case Touhous. Since Touhou characters are actually already named, I'm just going to name them their own Touhou characters, because that puts plenty enough meaning into the characters by itself. Generally, the naming, it's all about just kind of putting your own feelings into your characters to get more attached to them. Because the main thing about Nuzlocke runs is if any of your Touhou or Pokemon faint in combat, they are dead, and you have to release them, which means it is quite possible to fail this run because you will eventually run out of characters. So yeah, it's just essentially a combination of limited amounts of catching and then permadeath on your Pokemon. So things like revives and stuff are going to be useless in this run because if you die, you're dead. Besides that, probably the only question that'll occasionally pop up is what's considered an area in this game. For the most part, all the routes are an area, all the towns are an area, and all dungeon type areas all dungeons are considered an area. So, for example, I can go to, I think it's Saffron City, the place with the Pokemon Dojo. If I can go and get the thing from the Pokemon Dojo, that'll be the one Pokemon from that city. But also, that place has Silphco, which is a dungeon. I can get a Pokemon from Silphco. So that's pretty much, that should clarify some of the things. As far as legendaries and stuff, those are fair game. If I want to use a repel and go all the way to the legendary and try to catch it, I am allowed to do so. In this version of the game, legendaries aren't as ridiculous. Well, they're still ridiculous in trying to catch them, but as far as like their power in combat, it's not as over the top. So even if I do get a bunch of legendaries, there's a good chance I'll still lose them. And as far as how far I'm going to be going, I'm going to be doing the Elite Four, and probably that's it. There is more beyond the Elite Four. In fact, there's quite a bit more. But to do so, I would have to have enough Pokemon or Touhoumon to get the National Dex, which I'm probably not going to be able to get simply because of the limitations of Nuzlocke. So, alright. I think that's about it. I have recorded a Nuzlocke before, though I haven't put it up, and I might scrap it. It's kind of hard to do a Nuzlocke run as a Let's Play, simply because well, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recording everything, and then I'm going to edit everything. I'll probably break these up into 30-minute chunks in any case, but I will be breaking them up into 30-minute chunks so I can edit them easily and then just fuse them together if necessary. So if I'm in a situation where I'm doing nothing but grinding, I will probably cut that stuff out. But if I die while grinding and stuff, I'll definitely keep that in. The final thing is I am playing this on an emulator, and this emulator does have a fast forward button, and I'm going to be using liberal use of it because something you guys probably have realized in Pokemon is the combat is incredibly slow, like ridiculously slow. Once I learned about the fast forward button on my emulator, it made playing these games a lot more tolerable, simply because it's just, well, we'll go over that once we get further into it. Anyway, after 6 minutes of rambling, let's go ahead and get this started. We're going to do a new game. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Still the same stuff. Yeah. Oh, they call him Boneka in this game. I believe Boneka means doll. I'm not going to be reading any of the stuff here simply because the story is pretty much the same. It's just Boneka instead of Pokemon. Oh, that's right. I have to use the analog stick. I don't remember what the difference is in this. One of them's Rinko. One of them will make you Rinko. The other one will make you Maribel. Yeah. So yeah, as 9 years old, you will be Maribel. In some of the other games, they'll say if you're a boy or a girl. Boy is always Rinko. Girl is always Maribel. And since we have a name already, let's go ahead and go with Maribel. I'll definitely need to go and alter my controls because I don't like using an analog stick for this, but whatever. Alright, well, go ahead and go with Maribel. There's just enough space. Yes. Aim. Unfortunately, her sprite was not changed in this version, it looks like. In some of the other versions, she does have her own Rinko sprite. Actually, it might still be altered, it just might not be altered here. We'll see. Rinko. Can I run yet? Nope. But yeah, I do have a fast forward button, so I'm gonna do this. Which I'll probably make liberal use of, because this game is slow. Draw item, you'll get our potion. There we go. We might need this potion. Oh, good, I still have my D6. I'm gonna need that for picking my person. Yeah. If you haven't noticed, the music has changed to more Touhou theme. It's actually really good music. For a Game Boy Advance, it's pretty fantastic. Yep, Rinko sprite. Miko orbs. Okay. This is, you got, the C stands for Chibi. In pretty much all the Touhou Mon games, the first evolution of most of them is the Chibi form. Then they become the normal form. That's pretty much it for this game. I'll explain a little bit more of the evolution in this game. There's actually not very much evolution, at least not going to be in this run, simply because of some other issues with the game. Anyway, Sune. No. Raisin? And Alice. So, just a quick review. Now, in Pokemon, it was generally like a grass type, water type, and a fire type. In this case, we have Sune, who is a Shinto type, also known as Faith type. We have Raisin, who is a Heart type. And we have Alice as a Reason type. The types in this game have been completely revamped and changed, and it's gonna be kind of a blast. If you've seen the, if you're currently watching the two best friends play their Nuzlocke run, and little Bat's little joke about always use Tackle. Tackle actually has uses in this game because there is no normal type in this game, and Tackle can actually be super effective against certain Touhoumon. Or Boneka, whatever. I'm gonna get these mixed up a lot. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is roll a d6. 1 and 2 is gonna be Sune, 3 and 4 is gonna be Raisin, and 5 and 6 will be Alice. The one other run I did of this game, I was Raisin, so I'm least familiar with her. And we'll see how it goes. 6. I will be Alice. Okay. Alright. And that's my one Boneka for Pallet Town, so I can't fish here or anything, because I've gotten Alice from this place. Oops. There we go. And she's gonna take a Raisin. Alright, so we're about to fight our rival. I don't know what to expect. Like, when I was Raisin, she picked Sune. And the thing about Sune is, when I fought against Sune, like in an actual battle, she beat the tar out of me until I just got desperate and used Tackle and killed her immediately, because Shinto is weak against Beast, and Tackle is a Beast type move now. I'll go more into the different types as we go along. Anyway. Alright, so, actually, can I pull up my menu? Yes, I can. So, we'll go ahead and take a look at our summary. Mild nature, reason type. Oops. No, don't want that. Barrier prevents, well, it's misspelled, but barrier prevents ability reduction, so she cannot be, her stats can't be reduced, which is really good, because a lot of enemies like reducing accuracy in this game. And I start out with 2 illusion type moves. We have Pound and Growl. Illusion is probably the closest thing to normal in this game. It's not strong against anything. But it has some uses. As far as Reason type is, Reason is practically psychic in this game. It's vulnerable against Ghost types, Dark types, and Heart types. Go figure, our rival picked Heart. But we are strong against Dream, which is mostly fighting, Miasma, which is essentially the poison type, and we're strong against Shinto, which is Faith, which is kind of its own unique thing. Okay, let's go. Yeah, this is the song from Touhou. Though there's no lyrics. Anyway, let's enjoy the music. Alright, we're just gonna open a Pound. Haha, you can't lower my stats. Critical hits. Be embarrassing if I died right now. Good thing I got the crit off. Yes, more training than none at all. Alright. Alright, as far as Nuzlocke rules, they actually don't really start until you get your Pokeballs. So we're good to go until we get our Pokeballs. I'm kind of glad we didn't get Sene, because it would be kind of awkward as Sene, because there's essentially beast types in the grass just north. Where am I going? Oh, that's right. I can save any time, can't I? Yeah, I know. I'll go ahead and overwrite. It's fine. Oops. And yes, I can fast forward through saving as well. Doesn't seem to hurt anything. Anyway. Alright, let's get this going. Route 1. Oh yeah, we can get a free sample, can't we? Thank you. Just making sure I'm healed up. Okay, let's get going. Tokiko! Tokiko is a flying type. Yes, there's still flying types in this game. This battle is taking a bit. Well, I lost half my life fighting a Tokiko. But nearly leveled. Okay. Alright, cool. Oh, just to point out, this building here is the music room. So you can listen to all the music that this game has. Alright, let's go to the Poke Center. Fine, Pokemon Center or whatever. Alright. Maybe I won't fast forward as much. We'll see. Probably through the grinding. Alright. Remember where any of the hidden items are. Well, I know where some of them are, just not very many. Nope, not there. They definitely become easier to spot eventually, but I don't remember where any of them are. You can generally tell by the little grass. If they have like a darker piece or something of grass, it's probably something you can get from the ground. Oh. And a Nazarene. East type. Critical hits. That's pretty much the only two things that are in this area. If you play Touhou on Mary version, it's actually pretty fun to do a Nuzlocke of that, simply because all the routes have a large variety of Boneka to catch. Like Route 1 has like 5 types, literally. Anyway, let's go rest up. An art book. Sometimes they call them notebooks. But in this case, it's an art book. Probably based off of Accu. 5 easy orbs. Thanks, Renko. It's kind of important to get the map just so you can see what routes are available. That way, if you're ever desperate, you can always backtrack. Thank you for the map. Alright, so we have 5 easy orbs, and we can now catch our first Boneka. Now, if we accidentally make it faint, or we die, or we run away, that's it. We don't get anything in this route. So we get ourselves a Nazarene. Critical hits. I will have to just hope I can catch it. That's not what I want to use. There we go. Oh, there's no genders in this game. You have yin yangs, I guess you can say. You can see that Nazarene and Alice have blue, and then the other is red. Nazarene, she is cunning and will flee from a fight as soon as she sees an enemy stronger than herself. Instead of a weight, they have a cost. So the higher the cost will influence things like low kick and stuff like that. So there's that. There you go. And there's some kanji there, I think. I don't know what that's about. Yes, we'll give you a nickname. It'll be Nazarene. For the most part, with the exception of maybe Accu, who's kind of just a bonus character you can get, most of the Boneka in this game are pretty balanced as far as stats are concerned. In Pokemon and stuff, you would have things like, you know, a Rattata that only gets up to about 400 stats at full evolution, and then you have things like Mewtwo that has like 600 to 700 stat points in total. You don't really run into that much in this game. Essentially, everyone gets about the same amount of stat points. Anyway, one thing I did forget to do. Let's go Magician who was raised by Shinki and Makai. She has powerful Grimoire, but she never used it. Never used it recently. There you go. And we'll go ahead and take a quick look at Nazarin. Nazarin's... Oh, hello. Item. Take. Green UFO. Nazarins are pretty good because they usually will have UFOs, which you can just sell for money. That's essentially what the UFOs are for, as far as I can tell. Naive nature. She is a beast type. Sandvale, ups evasion in a sandstorm. Not that special. Starts out with tackle. So yeah, if you were playing as freaking Sene and fighting a Nazarin, you would be taking super effective hits from tackles. So yeah, pretty rough start for Sene. As far as beast type is concerned, they are strong against ghost and earth, but they are weak against flying, fire, and water. Leveling her up is going to be a little bit of a pain, simply because she's level 3. Anyway, we can't catch anything else here, so we're just going to fight. And I will probably call this a video just to do some checks to make sure recording's okay. Sometimes as far as from what I can tell, sometimes the emulator will get out of sync with the sound, so I'm just hoping that doesn't happen too much. Okay, so we got a few routes we can pick from. We can go left or up. Left will get us to Route 22, up will get us to Route 2. Of course, there's the rival fight as well, which we're going to have to prepare for. I believe Rinko will have well, she'll have Ryzen, and she'll probably have an Aya. And Aya's kind of annoying to deal with. I just got one. I'm just gonna fast forward through this. Thank you. TGTV. So yeah, you can look up things like types and stuff by looking at the TV. I don't remember if this place has anything. I don't think it does. I thought I had the running shoes by now. I guess you don't start with them in this version. Do. Guess that's it. Forgot how small these towns are. Okay. Let's go ahead and see about catching ourselves one more. Actually, can I buy some easy orbs? Because I would definitely like those. Yeah, I can buy a few. Let's buy a few of those. Buy 2 of those. One thing that some people do for Nuzlocke runs is set the there's an option in your options to set it to battle style to set instead of shift. I'm gonna leave it on shift because this game's hard enough as it is. But yeah, setting it to set makes it a bit more difficult because it means you can't swap out between Boneka during a trainer fight. But you kind of need it in this game because you really can't afford to give up turns because you can get one-shotted pretty easily. Anyway, this is Route 2. We've already caught a Nazarin, so we don't need to worry about this. Nice hit. I'll worry about leveling our Nazarene a bit. I'll have it mostly on screen unless it's just nothing happens. Anyway, well... yeah, okay. We got ourselves a Tokiko. This we can catch. She is also the opposite quote-unquote gender. That's gonna hurt. I'm probably gonna have to use a potion already. This is also the rough part in the game, simply because you can't. Oops. It's a rough part in the game because you can't. Nazarene's a beast type, and she's vulnerable to flying, and half of your fights are going to be against flying. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and use our easy orb. For those who are wondering, a green colored UFO, it's quite popular among certain people. You can just sell it. Alright, good stuff. Can be seen occasionally in Correndo. Okay. Tokiko. Yeah, the stat difference is pretty high, simply because of the level difference. Anyway, Tokiko, naughty nature, flying type. Flying's pretty much the same as before. It's strong against dream, beast, and nature, but weak against steel, wind, and ice, and immune to earth. Earth is essentially the ground type in this game. Nature is essentially grass type. Pretty standard stuff. Early bird awakens quickly from sleep. Okay, nothing too special there. And starts out with Peck. So leveling Tokiko won't be too bad, as long as you don't run into anything that has wind or anything like that. Wind is essentially electric in this game. Might be wondering why is it been changed to wind when it's pretty much electric. Well, it allows it to include certain moves that are otherwise not electric. Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and head to Route 22, and we're gonna go ahead and get our last Boneka from that. And that'll pretty much be everything we can get, except for one more in Viridian Forest. Now, of course, the key here is not to go too far, or else you're gonna get slaughtered by freaking Gary, or Rinko in this case. Problem is, I don't remember what types are available here. At least this one only hits for 3 instead of freaking 5. You know, except when they crit. Yeah, leveling up would be nice. Level up. Still no new moves. I guess I don't get a new move till like 9 or 10, maybe? Which we definitely need one, because right now we're supposed to be more, you know, special based. And right now we're relying on physical moves. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and heal up just to save myself a potion. At this point of the game, I can't really afford the waste items. Do. Nope, another Tokiko. Hope I didn't screw myself. Usually this route has a third type that you can catch. Same thing for Route 2. You can actually, I believe you can get a Diose in Route 2. It could be pretty nice to have. Decent experience though. Can't complain. Still Tokikos. Well, I'm getting level ups, that's something, I guess. Some variations of the duplicates cause is like 3 strikes and you're out, but I'm not going to deal with that because that's a little bit too much random number generator nonsense. Alright, we're going to fast forward. Zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom. Mazarin. Level 9. Learn Side Shot. Reason type move can cause confusion, some nonsense like that. Yeah. Special type too, so that's always good. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, go one shot. Are you telling me there's no other types here? That's gonna suck. Level 10. Okay, well, there is water here, so I can fish here. So I guess I'll save Route 22 for my fishing rod. Kinda disappointing, but it's okay. We can also fish here as well when it comes time to do so. Okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and call it a video. And when we come back, hopefully I'll have everything prepared. Alright, I'm The Depressed Dior. See you guys later.